Today, we're going to talk about the magic of manifestation and going from I need something to I want something. It's going to be one of the most powerful shifts I promise that you'll ever do to find the block that's keeping you stuck from that which you want. So maybe you have a conscious practice of how you manifest things into your life. Maybe you manifest things and you're not quite sure how you're doing it or why sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to teach you today a really powerful and unique, something you probably have never heard before, of how to find the energetic block in your body that's keeping you stuck. You don't want to miss this episode. Let's dive in. Welcome back. Another episode of the Jackie Senatori Show. I am your host, Jackie. It's so nice to have you here joining me today. Let's dive into one of the most magical phrases that I've learned in my life that has allowed me to find the energetic blocks that are keeping me stuck. So when you're new to this, it might seem like it's backwards. Like, how does that work? And it might also trigger and evoke the very energy in your body that's keeping you stuck. I use this every single day with clients. I use this on myself. So it's taking the need off of something. So think of something that you want to create, manifest, heal, or change in your life. That if I gave you a magic wand right now and said, you can change this, what is it that you would pick? There's 3 things that keep something stuck. Putting need on it, which we're going to talk about today, judging it as wrong, or blaming something outside of yourself or someone outside of yourself for you having this challenge, pain, struggle, whatever it is that you want to change and manifest. So as soon as we judge something, and I talk about this in other videos, it stops the energy and you get stuck. We can't heal from wrong. Energy loves to move and flow. And as soon as we judge something, it right away stops the energy and becomes stagnant. Same thing with blaming. If something outside of ourselves is the problem or the reason, it puts our energy out there. We no longer have the resources and we're sort of blocked in getting the answer to the problem. So the one that we're going to talk about today, though, is need. Putting need on something. I need it to change. I need it to heal. If it doesn't, I'm not going to be okay. When we do that, we right away stop and create stuck energy. Now, the challenge with this sometimes is, how do you not want to want something? So want's a little bit different. I want that. I don't need that. They're a different vibration. And what's interesting, you might notice as you manifest things, how come I can manifest that? And it comes in every time, but I can't manifest this really big thing. If you spend a moment and look at it, the one that you wanted that came in easy, you didn't really have a strong need for it, that if you didn't have it, you wouldn't be okay. It's the ones that we really think, I'm not okay if this doesn't change. I need this to change. I need this to heal. Need is a very big stop energy. So it's not making it wrong. We just want to catch it because we all do it. If there's something in your life that's not shifting or changing, there's usually a fear, a need on that if I don't have it, I'm not going to be okay. And so when we find this and we get to heal it, we actually get to evolve and learn the lesson that this stuckness in our life has actually come to show you. So let's use the example of money. If we're in a place of scarcity and that we need money, and I get it, it's hard for the mind because we're going to do the energetics now. It's sometimes hard for the mind to understand when it's logic. It's, I need rent money. I need to pay the rent or this is going to happen. The truth is, if we're going to heal this energetically, I want to, I don't need to. Then the mind will come in and say, well, then I'll be evicted and I'm still okay. If I lose everything and I'm still okay. This is not about you losing everything. This is just about you finding the energy and the fear and the control that's really gripping onto it that's actually keeping you stuck. And then when you finally surrender it, the answer shows up. The money comes in out of nowhere. If you're new to this, it might seem like, what are you talking about? This is crazy, but I watch it every single day. I use it in my own life and I watch hundreds of people's lives instantly shift and the answer and the money and the healing right away comes in. It's going to help you find in your body where you're upset, where you're angry, where you're sad, where there's grief, where there's helplessness. It's helping you get to your next level. Untapped fuel for what this, if we're going to use the money example, is trying to show you. If you got the very thing in your life right now that wasn't changing, what lesson would you be missing out on? What development, what character building, what insight? Sometimes we have to know that we're okay if it doesn't happen. It's the same thing with a relationship example. Maybe you experience this or you know somebody that has when they really, really wanted a relationship and they were doing all the things and it just wasn't happening. And then when they least expected it or when they finally gave up on it, it came in. I'm going to teach you how to do that consciously, how to do that in your life with the very thing that you're stuck with right now. It's learning to surrender it. It's learning to get to acceptance with it. It's learning to find the blocked energy. So you ready to practice it? So think about something right now that you really feel like you need to change. And you can start with a light one. And then as you progress and do this and practice this, then you can go to the deeper ones or the bigger ones that trigger you even more. So just think of something that you really want and you feel like you need to have it change. And then I want you to say to yourself, go to your heart, get really present in your body, close your eyes if you can, and say, if it never changes, I'm still okay. And after you say that, your body, if you're really focused on it, is going to give you a reaction. You might get warm. You might feel an emotion come up. There will be a response. That's what we're looking for. We want to find where you feel scared, where you feel like you're not okay. And then the next step I want you to do is be with it. Don't make it wrong. Don't judge it. You actually want to invite it. Tell me more. Show me more. This is your healing. This is the change. This is the opportunity. When I first started learning this, I was caught up in a divorce process, a trial that felt like it was never going to end. And everybody around me couldn't see an end in sight. It felt out of my control and in somebody else's control. And so I had this need of, I just want this to be over. I just want this to stop. But the more need I had on it, the more I was blocking myself. So this wonderful man named John Holden had me do this exercise of say this, and in 2 weeks, this trial will end. I thought, yeah, right. I've tried everything to get this to end. There's no end of it in sight, but I'm going to try it, just like I'm asking you to try it today. So for 2 weeks, I did this. And when I started it, I couldn't even say it. I couldn't say it without being upset or emotional or angry. So I even just started to think it at first because some of them are that big, right? So if this never ends, so you can do it with the health challenge, if I never get better or this never heals, I'm okay. So for me, it was if this trial never ends, I'm okay. And then I had an instant reaction to it. I became warm or hot, or I felt sad, or I felt enraged. And then when I found that, the next step is not to judge it, stay in your heart with it, put your attention behind it, above it, below it, in front of it. What part of your body is it in? Is it in your stomach? Is it in your chest? Is it in your throat? And then just allow yourself to observe around it. And if you don't judge it, that energy is going to start to move. It's going to go to a different part of your body. You're healing the need, and what's underneath the need is the fear that you're not okay. So what is the fear? The fear is, I'm not okay if I don't have this or this doesn't change. And then what is the truth? And this opened up everything. And I will share with you that when I started to do this, my trial unexpectedly ended 2 weeks and 3 days from starting this exercise. And it was just a daily check-in of, if this doesn't happen, I'm still okay. And then peeling back the layers each time it was different. Sometimes it got less. Sometimes I found something new that it hit, of where I eventually got to, I am okay if this doesn't end. And then you can even get even more. You know what? Then you get even more liberated, where if this never ends, I'm completely okay. I'm in full acceptance to live like this forever. Boom. That's when it changes. So do this with relationships. Do this with something, your health, your business. Surrender it. Go to your heart with it. I don't need any more clients. I'm okay. The planet will support me. The universe will bless me. The more you go into surrender of it, the faster it's going to show up. And it's not a mental surrender of, okay, I'm just going to say I don't need it and it's going to come. You want to spend time with the response in your body, find the energy just like we did, and relax all around it is the term we use. Putting your attention all around it, allowing it to leave in heat, tingling, emotion, allow it to find its way out. So you're making space for that to come in. And then going to your heart with what it is that you do want. So if you want a little taste of what it feels like to clear your energy, I have a free resource and gift for you today. Go to JackieSenatori.com/energy shifter. And I'm going to walk you through a 10-minute experience of how to clear your energy, just how to start putting attention back on your body so the things in your life that are stuck can start to change. And if you really want to dive right in, come join me inside Meditation Mondays, where you get to join a community of people all up-leveling their life. So practice this one a little bit each day. Notice the things that you're putting need on. Notice if they're not changing. and then practice the opposite and let me know what shows up for you. So proud of you for taking time for yourself, joining me here today, learning something new. I look forward to seeing you on another video. Take care.